Emily's story.
The move was stressful, very. We were at school and a social worker came to see me about what life was like at home. I was told to wait after school and I was told I was going into foster care. At 5:05, my brother came and we were taken into care. I was told it would be for 3 days, but it turned out to be ages. I wasn't even allowed to say goodbye to my mum. It would have helped if I could stay a little longer at home to say a proper goodbye. When I came into care, I was a little bit excited at the thought of staying at someone's home. And I thought I was staying with my brother. But that didn't happen. It was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life. I remember every last second of it. I remember going into a car, going around strange roads, going to a house with lots of Christmas lights. The house looked like a mansion. My foster carer opened the door and the dog bounded at me. I felt like I could faint. I remember the foster carer taking me on a tour of the house and introducing me. It felt scary, like a dream, like I was going to wake up any minute. It would have been easier if I knew I was going into care earlier, could have met the family and said goodbye to my family and my cat.
Carrie's story.
I came into care because my mum kept drinking, hitting me and calling me names. It felt really scary moving to a new home. It really helped me because my sisters stayed with me. I stayed with a family for 7 weeks and then moved to my current foster care. It was hard at first, but I settled in 3 to 4 weeks after and didn't think of my mum at the time. It was a relief to be out of the situation, but now I do think about her. I wonder if she's alright. I asked my social worker, but they only seem to come round when there's a problem. I feel life is good with my foster carer, but it would help if I could see my mum, so I could speak to her and ask her questions. Why she's standing and to check if she's okay. I worry about her a lot. I never used to, but now I do.
Luke's story.
My mum was really young when she had me and she was by herself. Then we lived with Charlie for a time and then Mum was single again. We kept moving from house to house. She met a man and they got married, but he was violent. They got divorced because Mum thought it was wrong. Money was tight, Mum began drinking and my behaviour got bad. I moved to my dad's. I lived with him for a few months but decided to go back to my mum's. Everything was good for 2 or 3 months, but then it started to go back downhill. I didn't go to school very much, but when I did go to school I got in trouble. School spoke to social services. Mum kept threatening to put me in care, so I ran away. Mum called my social worker and then in the morning I woke up. My social worker was downstairs and I had 10 minutes to pack up my stuff and leave home. I moved to a foster carer's house. I didn't talk to anyone but the foster carer's son. Since I've been in care, I've really developed as a person. I feel that being in care has really helped me. It's been better for me, and if any other people have been in the same situation, it is better for them.
Mark's story.
I don't know why I came into care. I'm finding it out now. And I think I was 2. I had 3 emergency placements, 8 foster placements, so 11 altogether. It's annoying having to move so many times. My favourite foster carers was those who treated you well, got you stuff you liked, it is your home and treat you well. Because with some families, you feel an outsider.
Me and my mum were always getting into arguments. We were always fighting. There were lots of lies told, and one day I was put into an emergency placement. I felt relieved to be out of the situation as she kept threatening to put me into care. I've had 2 foster families. The first one I hated. I felt I got blamed for the things I didn't do. I love my current foster family. I'm one of them. They've made me part of their family. They've treated me like one of their own children. Foster carers shouldn't treat foster children different from their own.
Andy's story.
I came into care when I was 8. I didn't know where I was going until literally I was dropped off there. I was with my sister. I didn't have any clothes, just one outfit. The next day my carer went and brought me loads of clothes. We went to get adopted, but they didn't really want me there. They wanted my sister, and so I got taken back into care. I have been moved around lots of different foster placements, and I felt I never belonged anywhere. And it messed up my childhood. I am now 18 and I wish I had a different life. I am determined not to mess up my future. I suppose I just want people to know and understand that whatever has happened in the past and whatever your parents are like, you're not automatically going to follow in their footsteps, and hopefully things will get better in the future.
Care Matters say children in care need foster carers with warmth and commitment who provide a supportive and predictable routine. The quality of care has a crucial effect not just on stability of relationships but also on health, well-being and education. So what does it feel like to come into foster care and live in a house with someone you don't know?
These are some of the feelings that we think children have when they come into foster care. But remember, everyone is different.
Confusion.
Lots of stress.
Weird. Emotional, just sat in my room crying and crying.
Scary. I was so scared. It was so scary because you've been taken out of somewhere you don't really know well. All the rules are different. It's a new environment. You feel like you don't belong.
I felt so far away from myself.
Blank. Felt nothing. Don't feel or remember nothing.
Afraid.
On my own. No one to talk to. If you're on your own and you don't have a sibling to relate to, you want to try harder to fit in.
As young people, if we were in charge of moving people into care, we would
Make sure you live with your brothers and sisters. It's not fair when you split up.
Make sure no bin bags were used. All my stuff was put into a Tesco shopping bags.
Would give the young person a choice of where they could live.
They should not have to move homes unless they want to.
We'd give them more time so that they could say proper goodbye and be able to visit their foster homes a few times before they move in.
We would make sure they could meet the people, look around the house and see where they are going to sleep.
If they have a pet, they should be able to bring it with them.
First, get to know where you are going. Meet your new carers as much as possible so you can get to know them well. Then move over gradually so it's not such a sudden move, so it can be less stressful, although it will never be stress-free.
Much information as possible, where you're going, of what rules and boundaries.
If they have pets, what their family's like, see your room, maybe also if you're into an activity, find a club that they can go to so it can distract them and make them feel less upset.
You need to like your social worker and know that you've got all the support you need. They should make sure they visit enough. Once a month isn't enough, and they should ask the child where and when they want to be seen.
These are the things that we think would make a good foster carer.
Friendly.
Protective.
Welcoming.
Easygoing, able to talk and support them.
Listen to us when we are sad.
Listen to us about what we want and need.
Listen to us all the time, no matter what.
They should always be reliable.
Trustworthy.
Spend time just with me.
Stick by us, we don't have to keep on moving.
Join us into the family.
Funny, caring, kind and loving.
Not act like you're our parents, but just our friends.
They don't have to be experienced, they just need to bring up children good and think we're more important than other things.
They should have knowledge of what it's like for children to live in care. They should always talk to the young people and make them feel like they can talk to them.
It's important to know that it's not easy for a child, and they can't expect the child to be perfect, if you know what I mean. Most of all, we should be able to wish, dream, and plan with purpose, supported by foster carers and social workers who help us aim high. Being believed in costs nothing and makes a massive difference.